Hi, and welcome to the Capstone Committee video. Today I'll be covering the purpose of the committee, how to form it, and who can serve on it. So let's jump in. What is the purpose of the Capstone Committee? It is responsible for reviewing your completed capstone project and evaluating it based on the capstone rubric. Instead of having one individual review and evaluate your work, as we do in the earlier CRLA levels, having a committee allows for greater exposure to your work, diverse perspectives during the evaluation process, and the opportunity to have experts in the field of the capstone weigh in, resulting in more meaningful and relevant deliverables. How many members should your committee have? You will select 3 to 5 capstone committee members. Who should I ask to be on my capstone committee? So you will need a learning center manager. This person will be known as your project supervisor, and they do not need to be your campus manager. You'll also have a content specialist and a mentor. In addition, you can have up to 2 more committee members. This could include a level 3 certified tutor, a faculty member knowledgeable in the subject area, or a community member who works in the field you are exploring. How do I form my capstone committee? The first thing you'll want to do is identify your desired committee members, and you want to start with your project manager and then move on to your mentor. It's important to start with the project supervisor so that they can approve the person that you select as your mentor and the other committee members. So once you've identified those 2 individuals, you can consult with them and ask for guidance in selecting the remaining committee members. Once you have your entire committee formed, you'll submit the Capstone Review Committee form to your project supervisor for approval. So let's talk about the roles of each of these committee members. So you'll have your project supervisor. As I said, that can be any learning center manager who you feel is best suited to you and your project. They do not need to be your campus manager. So after informing your campus learning center manager who you've chosen to work with, your project supervisor oversees your project development and progress. You will want to keep your campus supervisor informed in case there are any schedule adjustments or release time that you need to complete your project. The mentor. So this is a person with knowledge or relevant experience who shares their expertise and skills with someone less experienced. They provide guidance, support, and advice to help their mentee develop a project. So your mentor should be someone who you feel comfortable meeting and discussing your project with, is knowledgeable in the area you have chosen to explore or has skills that you would like to develop, can help guide you in your development and exploration of the topic you choose, and has the time and interest in working with you. Your mentor can be a learning center manager, a content specialist, a faculty member, or a community member. You will identify your mentor in consultation with your project supervisor and submit the Capstone Mentor form for approval. In identifying your mentor, you will want to make sure that you accurately outline the expectations of this role for them so that they can decide if they have the capacity to take it on. Your mentor will be committing to meeting with you several times throughout this process. At a minimum, you will need to meet with them 3 times. Once to choose a topic and identify additional members to sit on your Capstone Review Committee, once to set up a plan for your research, development, and completion of your project, and once to review your project prior to submission. Again, this is just a minimum, and ideally you will meet with your mentor on a regular basis to check in on your progress so they can offer advice, suggestions, and assistance as needed. It's important to make sure your mentor understands that this is not a paid position, and by agreeing to be your mentor, they are volunteering to meet with you periodically, assist you in selecting the topic you want to explore, offer support and guidance in researching and developing your chosen topic, provide guidance and advice on your final project, such as the format, the length, the written style, and participate in your Capstone Review Committee. So any additional committee members that you identify and select will be responsible for reviewing and evaluating your project based on the Capstone rubric. These members do not need to be involved in the development of your capstone, but they can be if you feel it would be beneficial to your project. So what do I need to submit for my Capstone Committee process? There's going to be two things. The Capstone Mentor Form. This form identifies who you have selected as your mentor and requires you and the mentor to sign it. This will be submitted to your project supervisor for approval. The second thing is the Capstone Review Committee form. This form identifies all members of your Capstone Committee, provides a Capstone rubric and a sample scorecard. This will also be submitted to your project supervisor for approval. So I'd like to sort of switch gears here and just show you those two forms so that you are familiar with them. So just one moment here. Let's start with the mentor agreement. So as you can see, this is just a one-page form. It lays out a lot of the expectations that I just covered, and you are going to put your name, your mentor's name, and you'll both sign and date. You'll submit that to your project supervisor. The second, let me scroll to the top here. The second thing that you will submit is this Capstone Review Committee form. So as you can see, this provides the review committee rubric, gives you a spot to include all of the committee members, their names and emails. And then it provides a sample of a scorecard. So you can take a look at this. You can share this with the individuals that are going to serve on your committee so that they can look at it as well. And that's it. So if you have any questions about the committee process or any process of the capstone, please speak to your project supervisor or your campus manager. Thank you.